Okay, let's see this video that TYT is doing called Trump Has Meltdown on Puerto Rico. Okay then, let's see. I may just do half the video like I normally do because it's 11 minutes long. And my videos end up being about 30 minutes trying to fact check just half their videos. So, like, that's how wrong they are most of the time. So let's just hop right into this.
Our next clip is brought to you in partnership with Squarespace.
Okay,
Bring your stories to
Puerto Rico,
or use the promo code T.
Is doubling down. In fact, he has administration continues to receive criticism over its handling of relief efforts in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Donald Trump is doubling down. In fact, he has doubled down in the form of tweets last night and early this morning. He says, quote, "The Democrats today killed a bill that would have provided great relief to farmers and yet more money to Puerto Rico, despite the fact that Puerto Rico has already been scheduled to receive more hurricane relief funding than any place in history." I don't know why place is in quotation marks. It's very strange. He continues to say the people to receive more hurricane relief funding than any place in history. I don't know why place is in quotation marks. It's very strange. He continues to say the people of Puerto Rico are great, but the politicians are incompetent or corrupt. The
Hilarious projection there.
I know.
Incompetent. Should have added and corrupt if he's talking about himself.
Okay. Talk about projection. Everyone on the left, as far as I can tell, is either incompetent and or corrupt. Name a single leftist politician and I can talk about them being incompetent or them being corrupt, because that's how, in fact, you can practically say that about a lot of politicians. But it's definitely anyone that's a leftist politician. And Cenk, you're corrupt. And you're definitely incompetent, and so is everyone at TYT. So, talk about projection. Carry on, though.
Puerto Rico got far more money than Texas and Florida combined. By the way, there are many lies in these tweets, and we're going to debunk them in just a minute.
And then I'll probably be debunking your debunks, because you can't do fact checks to save your life.
Yet their government can't do anything right. The place is a mess. Nothing works. FEMA and the military worked emergency miracles, but politicians like the crazed and incompetent mayor of San...
Well, I mean, that is true, though. Like, they sent money. Like, there's multiple reports of money being sent down, and then Puerto Rico they fix like one power grid, but then another falls off and gets destroyed, and they fix that power grid, and another falls off and gets destroyed. It's just a vicious cycle. So that is true. Let's see you try to debunk that one, because there's actual reports on it. Do I have to look that up in Google or what?
Juan have done such a poor job of bringing the island back to health. $91 billion to Puerto Rico, and now the Dems want to give them more, taking dollars away from our farmers, and so many others. Disgraceful. So,
okay, also crazed and incompetent. I mean, projection.
Them more, taking dollars away from our farmers, and so many others. Disgraceful.
Okay, also crazed and incompetent. I mean, projection 101.
Projection 101. Watch any TYT video and you'll get projection 101. You're projecting projection. How ironic is that? They're projecting projection onto someone else.
As he's writing crazed tweets filled with incompetence because none of the facts are right.
Okay.
Now, in the first tweet...
Okay, first off, none of the facts are right. Yes, there are things that are correct in this tweet. Okay?
He alluded to something that was blocked by Democrats in the Senate. So he is right about that. But
What was that?
Right.
Now,
in projection 101, as he's writing crazed tweets filled with incompetence because none of the facts are right.
Now, in the first tweet, he alluded to something that was blocked by Democrats in the Senate. So he is right about that, but he is not right in the framing of the issue. So,
did I hear that correctly? He is right. Dims did block it. He didn't frame it correctly, though. Really? You're talking about framing. TYT. This is what I mean projection. Every video y'all frame stuff. Maybe not every video, but y'all frame. That's all you do. You sit there and you frame it in your way. Well, I mean, if you don't have the facts on your side, which you normally don't, you just. That's all you do. You frame shit.
It was a disaster aid bill, and the disaster aid bill specifically.
Yes, it was a disaster aid bill. But like I said, you care about so much about framing. That's probably because you framed so much.
Carved out some money for farmers who are suffering. He's right about that. However,
what was that? What was that? None of the facts are right. He's right about that. So it was a bill to help the Midwest and farmers. It was a disaster relief bill. It was to start helping the Midwest and the farmers. But you blocked it. I don't think there's any justification in that.
Democrats want to add almost $700 million more to unlock further disaster aid for Puerto Rico and several states, including help to rebuild badly damaged water systems.
Okay, so your justification. So there's the other thing. Trump was right about y'all wanting to add more aid to Puerto Rico. 700 million more. Hundreds of million more. So you block a bill that would start helping the Midwest and farmers, yet because you want to send aid to Puerto Rico. So it's because you want to send aid to one country, you completely block another country, well, a territory, sorry. You want to block aid to a U.S. territory, because you want to send aid to a U.S. territory that you want to continue sending aid to the U.S. territory. It's not even started. They've already received aid. You want to send more aid to them. So you block a bill that starts to give aid to U.S. states. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. Okay? Before I can help you, I need to give all my money to this person. Oh, you need help? I know you're drowning. You're suffering. Hold on. I need to focus on someone else. No, I can't give you like even a little bit of money. Oh no, I know. It's they're blocking me from giving this person money, so I'm just gonna throw more money at that person until the money gets through. No, I'm not gonna give you any money because I need to throw money at this wall.
Democrats are also trying to force the administration to release billions of dollars in rebuilding funds that have already been approved. So remember, Puerto Rico was supposed to receive resources and funding in disaster relief that Congress passed. So Congress voted and they passed a certain amount of money that was supposed to go to Puerto Rico. The only issue is that they haven't received the money. It's being blocked from getting to Puerto Rico. So Democrats want to address that, and they want to also ensure that Puerto Rico is getting the resources it needs in the disaster relief efforts.
Okay. You want to address that. Why the fuck do you stop helping one? There's no justification. You can address that. Okay? You can send. You know how bad this makes you look? You go, I know you need help, and we can help you, but first, I need to address something else. Not only does it's bad arguments, it's bad logic, and it makes you look bad to the Midwest that already doesn't like you. This is probably why the Midwest doesn't vote for you, because you don't care about the Midwest. You're willing to let them suffer just because there's something you want to address first. You could have let this bill pass and then try to address the other issue. There's no reason to block a bill that sends aid to people in need. You're blocking a bill. You could have let that bill pass, and you would have had a really good argument for sending aid to Puerto Rico. You want to talk about using, what was that? Whenever Trump shut the government down, you were complaining about Trump using American citizens as hostages. That's what you're doing right now. Okay? And no, you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, this is a different situation." The government shut down to protect the border was to save American lives. And the Puerto Ricans, they are U.S. territory, so they're U.S. You blocking U.S. citizens to give aid is supposedly, to help save lives. So you're willing to let people die because you want to try to save lives. It's not. You can't say that this is a different situation. This is you being hypocritical. The hypocrisy here. The clear hypocrisy.
And this legislation did not do that, which is why they voted against it.
Like I said, worst logic ever. You could have made you could have made your own bill. Another bill to address the fact that it's being blocked. And you would have had a solid argument by helping the Midwest. No, now you decided to block the Midwest, and now people are being pissed at you. How stupid do you have to be to block it and act like that was a good move?
I want to be clear about one thing. The Democrats are not saying that the farmers should get less.
No, they're just saying we're not going to help you until we're not going to help you until this.
Just saying that on top of what the farmers are getting and what Puerto Rico's getting, they should add $700 million more to Puerto Rico.
On top of what the farmers are getting and what Puerto Ricos are getting, Puerto Ricos need $700 million more. What? So instead of letting this bill pass so farmers can start getting aid and Puerto Rico can get more money, you want to wait because it doesn't have the exact amount you want? Holy cow, you are complete and utterly retarded. There is a reason why Trump approved the bill that gave him some border security, right? You remember that y'all laughed at him for? Well, it gave him some border security, and then he did a national emergency to get more border security. There's a reason why that was a good move. Y'all were laughing at him for it, but that was honestly one of the best moves he made whenever he's trying to fight for the border wall. You're over here wanting to give aid to Puerto Rico, so you don't give aid to Puerto Rico so you can give more aid to Puerto Rico. You know, you can add on to it later. You know, that's a thing. It doesn't have to be done all at once. You can add on to it later. If you get a bill that does help people, you can get it passed, and then you can get aid to the people you want, and then you can get that passed. You can get aid to these people, you can get that passed. It doesn't have to be done like all at once. It doesn't. This is probably why socialism, as in what you want, will never happen in America. Because you're not willing to go through the process. You want it to happen now, this instant. It ain't gonna happen, bud.
Now, you might think that this sounds like a lot of money, but in the context of all this aid, it is actually not that much. And a lot of these proposals are very similar to one another. So, for example, the House already passed a measure in January for $14.2 billion in aid, not $91 billion.
There you go, framing it. Not only are you framing it, but you're not even being truthful about the framing here. While Trump was actually truthful in what he said, he just framed it in a negative light towards y'all. You are framing it in a way to intentionally mislead. When Trump said 91 million, He wasn't asking for one bill. He asked for the total. And then you pick out one bill after mentioning there were multiple bills. And you mention one bill. Well, what are the totals? Fucking
14.2, and that was not just for Puerto Rico. That combined aid to southern farmers, California communities devastated by the wildfires, hurricane hit states like Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. All that combined was 14.2. The Senate did 13.5, and what the Democrats are saying is just make it the same as the House. Add the other 700 million, make it 14.2. Again, it's nowhere near 91 billion that Trump keeps putting out there, and it's not just for Puerto Rico. So the Democrats are not looking to take anything away from farmers. That is also a lie by Donald Trump.
And one other thing.
They're trying to take away. He didn't say you're trying to take away from the farmers. Reread the fucking tweets, you asshole. It said that y'all blocked it. Y'all blocked it. Y'all did block it. You went from framing it to lying. Cenk, you're the one falling apart here. Anna's doing better than you. And her voice is horrible, and she screeches, and she's... Whenever... Okay, there are those occasions where Anna does better than you. And when that happens, Cenk, you fell off the deep end.
I want to note is that Donald Trump still, till this day, keeps treating Puerto Rico as if it's a different country. Puerto Rico is part of America. Puerto Ricans are American citizens, but he continuously proves that he sees them as the others, as if it's one of the 3 Mexican countries.
Yeah, I was going to say, Anna, I think I'm pretty sure I saw on Fox News that they actually are one of the... Maybe they're the 4th Mexican country.
Maybe.
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm not going to let this go because there's 2 other things that I want to talk about. One, I want to touch back on the projection that he did in all these tweets because it's...
Projection like the ones you did in this video just now?
I find it so funny. He says the politicians are grossly incompetent, spend the money foolishly. I mean, are you getting this? Or corruptly, and only take from USA.
He wants how much money for the border wall, which would do nothing?
So, spending money in... Here. The people in Puerto Rico did spend it incompetently. Or whatever. There's something wrong with how they're spending the money down there. There's probably some corruption going on in Puerto Rico. And yes, down there. They are south of where Texas is. So yes, down there. New York is up there, up with the Yankees. California is over down west. Puerto Ricans are down under, underneath us. They're down there. Okay? This ain't just me seeing them as another country, but Puerto Rican government is probably corrupt. They do spin it wrong because the U.S. military down there, they would fix up a power grid. These are, like I said, actual stories. They would fix up a power grid, and then it would fail, and then they'd fix it again, and then it would fail, and then they would fix it again, and they'd have to be repeating this process. After so many times, something is going on down there that's wrong, that's messing things up. And then you want to compare this to the border wall? Wait, that will do what?
To stop the flow of immigration, would do nothing.
Okay, so it would do nothing to stop the flow of immigration. Why are you trying to stop the wall then? Oh, because spend too much? You don't care about spending. How much you want to spend on Medicare for all again? How much do you want to spend on socialism? How much do you want to spend on the Green New Deal? And you are retarded. Walls do nothing. So, walls don't do anything, right? Let's just tear down all the walls in the prisons, because they don't keep prisoners in. Oh, let's tear down all the walls in the house, because they don't keep criminals out. Let's destroy windows, because they don't do anything to stop people from breaking into the house. People still break into houses. Oh, let's not have any more locks on the door, because, well, people can pick locks. So what's the point of having a lock? Oh, gated communities? People can climb the gates and get in. So what's the point in gated communities? Oh man, what's the point? because apparently walls do nothing because people have ladders. It's the most retarded argument ever.
To stop drug smuggling. I mean,
how does it not stop drug smuggling? You know, the drugs being smuggled aren't mostly done where, the port of entries, we're just able to catch them at a port of entries. You don't know why? We have border patrol there. So if we build the walls and we have people patrolling the walls, we'll be able to catch more. So it would slow down immigration and drugs. Yes, and there's technology that comes with the wall. You're just being stupid and retarded just to be stupid and retarded.
There was a government shutdown, the longest in U.S. history, 35 days, over $5 billion for the border wall.
But the second part of that is
I honestly did not know you were going to come to this. Okay, I started recording this before I got to that point in the video. I was like right there in the video whenever I decided I should record this. I was like, 2-3 minutes in when I decided 2-3 minutes in when I decided I wanted to record this. I pointed, but like y'all can't see that. I'm 5 minutes in now, and I had no idea you were going to talk about the border wall in the comparison to the shutdown. I guess I just lucked out. Are you really trying to act like those are two different situations? Like I said, Trump did a shutdown, give funding for the border wall. Y'all blocked funding to give aid to Puerto Ricans in the Midwest. And all you're trying to say, well, Trump did the shutdown, and Trump did the shutdown, but this is definitely not the same thing, okay? Trump did a shutdown, but blocking aid to citizens? Oh no, that's not hurting Americans.
the point that animate. Take from USA. They're part of USA.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine tweeting out like, Ohio keeps taking from USA? What? Right? So he never thought that they were Americans. He doesn't consider them as part of us. From day one, when he started talking about the hurricane, not after all the political fighting, on day one, he started talking about how they don't know how to take care of themselves. And he kept implying that they're lazy.
Let's talk about who can't take care of himself. So if you're...
Okay. Where's the proof of that? Do you have proof of that? Oh no, you're just gonna claim it. And then Anna, let's see what Anna has to say.
Your father didn't give you $413 million in your inheritance, okay? Would you be able to take care of yourself? Like, what would Trump do? Like, let's imagine a world where it was Fred Trump, right? His father's name?
Yes.
Fred Trump passes away, and in his will, it says no money should go to Donald Trump. None. 0%.
I actually think there's an excellent chance he would have been homeless. No, I'm not kidding.
No, I know you're not kidding, and I agree with you. I mean,
he had $413 million, and he bankrupted 6 businesses anyway.
He bankrupt his 6 businesses anyways? God damn it, retarded. You know he has, like, way more than 6 businesses. Okay, he tried to build numerous businesses, okay? There's lots of things with his name on it. He had a TV show. And it's not, money isn't the thing that, I'm sorry, just because you have money doesn't mean you start a business. And just because you're smart doesn't mean you can start a business. There's a lot of factors that go into starting a business. And you know how many businesses get bankrupt all the time? Lots of businesses. Are you going to go around and look at everyone who's tried to start a business and failed, and you're going to call them all stupid? Are you going to do that? No, because they're not. Trump had numerous businesses, and out of his numerous businesses, he's had lots of successful companies. and only a tiny amount of them have failed. In tiny amount, it's 6 businesses. Only 6 out of, I don't even know how many total. How many? He's had lots of businesses.
So imagine if he had no money like the rest of us growing up.
Gone.
No, I mean, where would he borrow his next $100 million? That's not a thing that the rest of us have a luxury of doing. No, there's no way. And he couldn't work for anyone else. No one would have hired. I'm the best. I should fire you, even though you're my boss. I should fire you because I'm more beautiful and stronger than you. You're fired. Get out. Okay. What's my golden parachute? How much do I get for bankrupting this company? What do you mean? You get nothing, you idiot. Right? So he'd be a total disaster. But he, of course, thinks the opposite. So I wanted to read you these 2 quotes about Puerto Rico alone. Okay? So I'm going to go to graphics.
That was just retarded.
16 in a second. But before that, a couple of days ago, he had said, I have taken better care of Puerto Rico than any man ever. I'm not kidding. That's a direct quote. I have taken better care of Puerto Rico than any man ever.
I would like to play the video as B-roll as Cenk reads Trump's quotes.
Okay, then I'm going to go to the next graphic, like I said. He tweeted this out on the same string of tweets that we've been talking about. He said, the best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rico is President Donald J. Trump. The best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rico is President Donald J. Trump. He said about himself. No, look, guys, if you had someone like this in your life, you'd look into psychiatric help. You'd be like, oh, no.
No, you wouldn't be looking at psychiatric help. You'd be looking at someone who you're pretty sure is egotistical. Kind of like you are, Cenk. Those are egotistical comments, not psych comments.
Coming over for Thanksgiving. Jesus Christ, that crazy uncle who keeps saying he's the best at everything and how he knows this better than anything else and how we couldn't survive without him. That guy's a lunatic. Mom, Dad, come on, please don't let him come on.
There's difference between a lunatic and someone who's being egotistical. You find someone who's egotistical like you are and you call him a lunatic because you're egotistical, and so you just can't handle other egotistical people.
Over!
Oh, I want to end on, what was it, those stupid retarded? I'm done. Let me end on...
Ever.
I would like...
Any man... I'm going to go to graphics 16 in a second.
Yeah.
He'd be a total disaster. But he, of course, thinks the opposite. So I wanted to read you these 2 quotes.
Here we go. Oh, no,
I should find $100 million. That's not a thing that the rest of us have a luxury of doing. No, there's no way. And he couldn't work for anyone else. No one would have hired. I'm the best. I should fire you, even though you're my boss. I should fire you because I'm more beautiful and stronger than you. You're fired. Get out. Okay. What's my golden parachute? How much do I get for bankrupting this company? What do you mean? You get nothing, you idiot.
There we go. Cenk being egotistical, complaining about Trump being egotistical. Well, like I said, that's retarded. Do I even need to explain why this is retarded? That's just... Cenk being retarded. I'm going to end it there. I'm done. Good night, everyone.